Hi, this is Vanessa, and today I'm going to be talking about allies on Ally. With me is Arena from
Hi,
Ally.
everyone.
And so we're going to show you our allies. But before we do that, let me explain why it's cool to customize your ally. We live in a world where all our AI assistants are all beginning to sound the same. And at Ally, we don't think that's fair. We want you to talk to your ally in the way you want to and have the person talking back to you or your assistant talking back to you in the way you want, depending on your situation, whether it's at work, out and about, at home, at study, you name it. You can have a personalized ally depending on what you want.
So what exactly are custom allies? Basically, with Ally Pro, you can create as many personas for Ally as you want for different use cases in your life. And you can configure them to have a certain accent, a way of speaking, a personality, a favorite catchphrase, or however verbose or succinct you want them to be. And literally anything else you can think of.
Great. So I am actually now, Arena, let me show you how to customize and personalize the allies and what's the process. So when you've got the Ally app open on your smartphone, I've got it here on my phone, but you can do it on the desktop, of course. And it's the same with Apple or Android as well, of course. You press the gear icon that's in the top right-hand corner. And there you have a number of options that you can go in, and that allows you to do everything from the customization, personalization, and setup. But right for now, we're going to talk about personalization. And in personalization, there's two options. One is you can personalize the information about yourself, but you can also personalize the information about your ally. So you just tap on that, and you will see there that all your allies will be listed. And that's, as I said, everybody gets Tom, Kai, Leah, and Zoe. And the Pro version, you can add as many as you want. I've added Ella, I've added Bob, and you know Bob, he's based on our colleague Bob from Texas, and David, who's based on David Attenborough. But just to reassure everybody on the free Ally version, that you can also go in and customize any of these, Tom, Kai, Leah, or Zoe. You can go in and make them your own anyway. So I'm going to show you what I've done to personalize David. I'm a huge David Attenborough fan. I love nature. He's just a hero for me. I actually met him once, and that's another story. But I want to go in, and I have tried to personalize it as best I can. So again, I go into the Ally, has its own gear icon. I just tap on that. And here I can add in the name. Here I've put in David. I can add which language I want him to speak. In this case, I want David to speak English. And which voice type. And if I just tap on voice here to show you, you've got a whole list of different voices and you can listen to them and everything. I've chosen this voice now.
Hello, this is Ali, your personal conversational assistant.
So that seems fine. I do the back button here just to get back into the settings of what we're doing here. And then the real fun starts. So, you can set your personality. Now, I've written out about the personality of David Attenborough. He's an authoritative, kind English gentleman, really. And then his communication style. And you can get quite lengthy descriptions in here. So I actually just put quite a lengthy description about how he is an expert on nature, how he is, all his different personality traits and how he communicates, without being patronizing, but informative, all that good stuff. And then what's really nice, the team have built in here is a preview button. So I can now listen back to the profile that we've created here with David. And I can then, if I don't like it, I can also go and change any aspect of it. I can change, the voice, the language, of course, and I can also just go in and
Welcome
re-edit.
to the wonders of our natural world.
So he's a little too American for me, but I'll go back and change that later. But for the point of, just explaining today, I think that's a perfect example of how to personalize your allies. And we get asked quite often, why bother personalizing? Isn't this just a sort of gimmick? Well, actually, it's not, because I use Ally and people use Ally for all sorts of different things and for different situations, like at work or at home or out on the go learning. So I'm studying some stuff at the moment and I'm getting Ally to help me do quizzes and stuff. And, every situation is slightly different. I might want a more verbose conversational ally for some situations. I might want an ally that's a bit more direct to the point at other times. So it puts you in charge and you can do whatever you like.
So My ally is based on a New York cab driver from the movies. And today I'm going to be just chatting to him about what it's like in Rotterdam instead. So I'm going to just press to call my ally.
All right, here we go. How you doing, kid?
Hey, could you tell me what it's like driving around in Rotterdam?
Oh, you want to know what it's like driving around in Rotterdam, huh? Let me tell you, that city's got its own rhythm. You got these slick modern buildings mixed in with old school canals and them bike lanes everywhere. It's tight, lots of trams, and them cyclists, they got the right of way. You got to keep your head on a swivel, no joking. Plus, some of them bridges open up for ships. Talk about a traffic stopper. But the city's got charm. It's compact. And once you get the hang of it, you can zip around pretty smooth. Just watch out for them roundabouts. And keep your cool with all them bikes.
Cool. That was really cool. I'm gonna now let's put my ally to the test. So let's give David a chance. We were talking about him earlier. I'm gonna ask him a couple of questions. Let's wake him up.
Ah, hello there. What's stirring?
Different vibe. Hey, David, can you tell me when the best time of year is to spot hedgehogs? Loads of them at home.
Vanessa, the best time of year to spot hedgehogs is typically from late spring through early autumn, especially around dusk and dawn. That's when these charming little creatures venture out, foraging for food. In warmer months,
David, what can I feed a hedgehog, and should I feed a hedgehog?
a wonderful question. Hedgehogs can indeed benefit from a helping hand, especially in urban areas. They thrive on cat or dog food, wet or dry, preferably meat-based and free of fish. You might also offer them mealworms or cooked chicken, but avoid milk and bread, as these can upset their stomachs. If you do choose to feed a hedgehog, it's best done in the evening, leaving out a shallow dish of water as well. Just remember, feeding should supplement their natural diet, not replace it.
I'll tell my neighbour that she's always feeding the hedgehogs and she's always leaving cat food out. So I'll just make sure it doesn't have fish in it. So it's limitless what you can do with your allies. You know, your limit, if there is one, is your imagination. So you can do any kind of customization for whether you're at work, whether you're out on the go. In nature, you might want to take David Attenborough with you, and you like going out for meals, right? So do I. Maybe you want to have Gordon Ramsay in your pocket or not. But there are so many options. And we want to hear what you're doing with Ally. We want to meet your allies. We want to hear all about the personalities and also how you're using Ally. It helps us develop the product. It helps us learn and share ideas together. So drop those in the comments and like and subscribe, and do share with other people who you think can benefit from using Ally today.